A wolf had been feasting greedily on the carcass of an animal he had killed. He was ravenously hungry, having gone days without a proper meal, and in his eagerness he tore at the meat with abandon. In his haste and hunger, he swallowed great chunks of flesh without taking proper care to chew them thoroughly. Suddenly, he felt a sharp, terrible pain. A jagged bone had lodged itself firmly in his throat, stuck fast between the passage to his stomach and the air he needed to breathe. The wolf tried to cough it up, but the bone would not budge. He tried to swallow it down, but it was wedged too tightly. The pain was excruciating, and each breath became a struggle. Panic seized him as he realized the danger he was in. If the bone remained, he could suffocate or die from the injury. In desperation, he ran about the forest seeking help. To every animal he encountered, he made the same promise.
Help me remove this bone, and I will give you a generous reward.
His voice was hoarse and distorted by the obstruction, his eyes wild with fear. But most animals fled at his approach, too frightened to go near such a dangerous predator. Promises or no promises, rabbits bolted into their burrows. Deer bounded away through the trees. Even other wolves kept their distance, unwilling to trust his desperate vows. At last, as the sun was setting and his strength was beginning to fail, he came upon a crane standing by the riverside, her long legs steady in the shallow water. The crane regarded him warily. She knew the wolf's reputation well. He was a killer, unpredictable and dangerous. But seeing his genuine distress and hearing his desperate promises of reward, she found herself moved by compassion despite her better judgment.
If I help you, you must give me your solemn word that you will not harm me.
The wolf nodded frantically, unable to speak properly, his eyes pleading.
Very well. Open your mouth as wide as you can and hold perfectly still. Any sudden movement could injure us both.
The wolf obeyed. The crane took a deep breath, summoning all her courage. Then, with great care, she extended her long, graceful neck down into the wolf's throat. The wolf's hot breath surrounded her, and she could feel his teeth on either side of her vulnerable head. With her slender beak, she carefully grasped the offending bone and, using all her skill, slowly drew it out. The wolf felt immediate, overwhelming relief. He coughed and sputtered, drawing in great gasps of air. He could breathe freely again, and the terrible pain was gone. For a moment, he seemed almost grateful. The crane stepped back quickly to a safe distance, the bloody bone still in her beak. She dropped it on the ground and turned to face the wolf.
Now, where is the reward you promised? I have saved your life at great risk to my own.
The wolf's expression changed instantly. The desperate, pleading look vanished, replaced by his usual predatory coldness. His eyes narrowed, and his lip curled back to show his teeth.
Reward? You ungrateful bird! Isn't it reward enough that you put your head into a wolf's mouth and got it out again without me biting it off? You should be thanking me for my restraint. Now leave me before I change my mind about letting you go.
The crane saw immediately that it was useless to argue with such a creature. She had been foolish to expect gratitude or honor from one who knew neither. Without another word, she spread her wings and flew away at once, grateful simply to escape with her life intact. Behind her, the wolf returned to his interrupted meal, already forgetting the kindness that had saved him. When you assist someone of wicked nature, do not expect gratitude or reward. Consider yourself fortunate if you escape without harm. The wicked have no sense of obligation to those who help them, and promises made in desperation are quickly forgotten when the danger passes. If you must deal with such people, your only reasonable expectation should be to emerge safely, and that alone should be counted as sufficient reward.